Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our last match of the day here for day 3 of the European group stage of Starladder Season 9. RoX.KiS versus Team Cleave. And now I know who they are, Merlini. We've casted this team. Stress, Lawlick, Roger.
I have not casted them.
Any of those names
I
ringing a
have
bell?
never casted these guys.
You haven't? Was it on day 1 that I did it with Gods?
I didn't do it. That was Gods.
I've definitely seen these guys.
So someone asked me if Naga's a 6 out of 10, which I agree is a 7. Who is harder? I think Ember's harder. Ember's harder than Naga.
Yeah.
The thing about Naga, she has really good farming potential too. Like, she can actually farm well. I think Starladder is actually harder to play than Naga too. Because it's harder to farm.
I want to agree with you, but I don't know, man.
You don't know?
I just don't know.
It's questionable.
Starladder is...
Maybe I don't know.
What's hard about Starladder? You blink in, slithering.
It's hard to farm up with them and know when to overextend.
Same with Naga. It's not easy to farm.
Naga, all you do is you send your illusions in. You're at no risk of dying because your illusions are in there. I don't know. I think Naga's more up my alley. I view her as an easier hero because she doesn't really have to put herself at risk as opposed to a melee like manly type of hero. Like Starladder has a very high risk of dying in fights. Naga doesn't or shouldn't. So, I guess it depends on playstyle. For me, it's like a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, I'm awful with Starladder.
So who is a 10 out of 10 on difficulty?
I say Ember. Ember is 10 out of 10. He is hard. Ember,
he really is.
He's like super hard. His skills are...
To be able to do the like bola sleight of fist thing takes a lot of practice. You got to get that timing
His
spot
fiery remnant use is very difficult.
High skill cap.
He's difficult to farm with.
Even the timing on Flame Guard is important. It's not just a one and done kind of passive.
Do you want to use it like aggressively to do damage, or do you want to use it defensively to take damage? Right. And it's a really long cooldown. I would say Ember is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And then
TA is kind of hard.
Nah, TA. I think the hardest thing about her is refraction and trap usage, but you have so many traps.
You have a lot of traps.
You have like 11 traps.
Refraction timing, lining up the side blades, all about those angles.
Yeah, generally you don't worry about side blade damage. It's too difficult to execute later. You need to worry about not dying.
See, look at that. Look at that. It's too difficult. It's so hard that you don't even worry about it. To me, that's a 10 out of 10. That's 10 out of 10 talk right there, Merlini.
TA's pretty hard. I say TA's harder than Naga, too. You have to worry about not dying. Naga, you don't have to worry about not dying. But anyways, back to these two teams. We see RoX.KiS in action for the trace time today. They are on the Dire, and they have been 1-1. Go Black will be drafting yet again. And for Team Cleave, we have Stress as a drafter introducing the rest of their lineup because I have never seen them before. Stress, XAKOH, Zeko, Lolick, Lolico?
I think it's Lawlick, and then the O is...
Lawlick,
actually, we've been calling him Lolick, but...
I call him Mr. O.
Mr. O. That sounds like the bad guy from that Spider-Man movie.
We have Yamaha, the stand-in, and Roger with the weird spelling.
Oh my god, I hate that Frosted Flakes commercial. Sorry.
And it's like Roger ER. He's going to send you to the emergency room after this game.
Roger. So, Team Cleave, there is one standout, and it is actually in that RoX.KiS first band. They have a good Tinker player, and he does flux. I know you're going to ask. It's actually Lawlick.
He fluxes properly?
He was fluxing.
He must if RoX.KiS bans him first.
Yeah,
first ban. Like
that's a legit respect ban. Lawlick is a pretty good Tinker. I got to see it on day 1 with Gods, and
it's ownage?
I don't think they won. They were either up against Navi or Alliance, so it was a hard match, but they gave him a run for their money. It was a close-ish game. So it went on for more than 25 minutes.
Their Tinker, I also think is a 10.
Tinker, yeah.
Because
if you count him as a hard carry in that.
I would count him as a carry.
Yeah, I think he could fit there. Tinker's he's at least a 9.
Because one is your one position is farm priority, not necessarily just like the carry role. It's like who you give the most of the farm to. And you usually give most of the farm to Tinker. I'd say so.
Yeah,
maybe 1.5, but he's like a 9 or a 10. He's really hard.
Yeah, definitely. Medusa's not particularly easy either.
Medusa? Dude, you just split shot. You just sit there.
Yeah, but she's so bad. It's hard to win with her.
It's hard to win with her, but as far as carries go, all you need to do is follow. You have to rely on your team a lot more. As far as execution team fights, you press R when they're focusing you, and then you stand still and you split shot, and you hope that you hit heroes.
Okay. Who would you say is 1 out of 10? Easiest to execute, hard carry.
Medusa's pretty low on there.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I would have said Spectre, maybe.
Spectre? No.
Spectre?
I think his dagger usage is somewhat difficult, and not dying with him. Farming, how are you supposed to farm up with Spectre? He's hard to farm with.
So is Starladder.
That's why I put Starladder up there.
Oh yeah. Well,
10 seconds remaining.
it's not that hard. I mean, you just hit the creeps. It's not really hard.
Yeah, you've crit the creeps for 15 minutes straight in the safe lane, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. Once you get the Radiance, it becomes easy. But Spectre is pretty, like, he just seems easy. Like, what do you mean dagger usage? It's dagger point
usage
and click,
to not die.
Yeah, you just what's hard about it?
You have to
though?
position yourself close to the trees, but you have to position yourself close enough to the creeps too. You have to stand far enough away from the trees so you don't fog yourself when people are trying to gank you. I don't know. It's not that difficult. Or it's not that easy. It's not that difficult. I play Spectre a lot, actually.
Yeah.
But I view Slark way harder than Spectre, but I'm also terrible with Slark. Like Dark Pack usage, that's just not easy.
I think Slark is more difficult than Spectre for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, going back to the draft, we see RoX.KiS going with a mass extreme minus armor strategy with Elder Titan, Slar, and Dazzle. There might be like a Shadow Fiend last or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shadow Fiend's gonna get crapped on by Clock, Storm, and Lifestealer though. So
this is the team though. This is statistically speaking, RoX.KiS are undefeated when they have Starladder and Abaddon on the same team on this patch. They don't get to draft it in tandem very often, but they're quite good with it. And this is that same tri-lane that we saw before. I hope it's actually a tri-lane this time though. Maybe an aggressive tri. You mentioned Starladder doesn't work so well in the aggro crag aggressive tri-lanes, but I think with these
we saw him dominate last game.
Hell
Abaddon's
yeah.
very good versus Lifestealer. He's like amazing versus Lifestealer. He's not that great versus Disruptor and Clock, but at the same time, I didn't think he was that good last game. But they went on to win in like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Ooh, Night Stalker. I like this. This is very aggressive. They have the silence to deal with the Storm Spirit, and the
Timbersaw would
Slarddar's
be such a good pick here.
Slarddar's all about the
They have
mid
clockwork.
game, early mid. Yeah, Timber would be good.
Dude, Timber would be amazing. They have 4 strength heroes and a Dazzle. This is like a Timber game if I've ever seen one.
Yep.
Too bad they can't really do it here. I mean, unless you want to do a single support or Storm Spirit support. I mean, Clockwork's a good here. This is like one
Lifestealer
game
jungle.
where Lifestealer jungle. Yeah. Honestly, it would almost be worth it because Timber would just do so
Yeah,
much
but at the same
damage.
time, you need to shut down Slardar in lane though.
Yeah, you gotta do something.
And
That's
they're gonna do the they're gonna have the CM for that. So I like RoX.KiS's lineup a little bit more because they have the mass minus armor. They have the nice protect Slara synergy, and there's a lot of stuff that he can shield off. Shield off the electric vortex, shield off Lifestealer open wound, shield off some frostbite, make him do some deeps. And they have Night Stalker for other ways of initiation too, so it's not all in the Slardar. And Night Stalker's like a beastly all up in your. They have like an all up in your face lineup. Like,
oh yeah,
they can just run right past the front line. Clockwork's gonna have his work cut out for him.
yeah.
I think he's probably one of the most important heroes on Cleave. If he doesn't make big cogs plays and big hookshot plays, RoX.KiS is just gonna trample them.
Yep. Lifestealer though, we've talked about he's not what he used to be, and I don't know. I mean, I guess this is a pretty good Lifestealer game just because it's so melee heavy.
No, there's so much minus armor, dude. I don't think he can stack up during a rage.
Yeah.
Like if Elder Titan and Slaughter Amp and Weave are on him, he's gonna be sitting at like minus 20 armor.
Yeah, that's true. And is this one of these games where is it like even worth trying to stack armor? Like could Cleave go for like an early Vlad's, try and get out of fast AC?
They don't have that much magic damage is the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think Vlad's. It's like an armlet AC game.
But okay, still, but just like get a whole bunch of armor items. Like, is that still worthwhile against all this minus armor, or is it almost
it's definitely worth it?
Yeah, still. I guess that's good. Try and counteract some of the effects.
Ghost Scepter.
This is a Ghost Scepter game if I've ever seen one.
Not for Lifestealer.
Not for.
Well, Storm Spirit is also going to have to do a lot of work too. He's going to need his Orchid so they can shut down either Abaddon or Dazzle. But I mean, without the Orchid, they can just go to town. They can just constantly just make Slardar Superman, and we're seeing a shift away from a Wisp Superman into a Dazzle and Abaddon Superman.
That's the spirit.
It's kind of cool because you can't shut both of them down. Like if you go on Dazzle, Abaddon will heal you. If you go on Abaddon, he has borrowed time, and Dazzle will heal you. So like it's a tough life.
That's why Abaddon and Dazzle, like, they're not the best two supports because they don't bring a lot of like hard stuns. You know, they're not like having a Bane, Crystal Maiden, or something like that. So as long as you can pick heroes that have slows and stuns that complement those heroes, it's okay. Dazzle has his Interrupt mini stun that transitions into a real stun eventually. But in lane, if you put those like those two supports with anyone aggressive like a Slardar,
the only thing I don't like about them is they can't rotate. like, what is Abaddon gonna do when he rotates level 1 or 2? Nothing.
Nothing. You got to get that casual Avernus, man. Then you can do something if you
Yeah,
rotate.
so it's like it can't punish a weak solo mid. It can't punish a Storm Spirit solo mid like they have on the opposite team. It can't shut down a Shadow Fiend, and it can't punish like weak safe lane or off lane heroes unless they're in a 3-on-1 situation.
Yeah,
It's also really poor at zoning out heroes too because they only have one range hero. But
yeah,
all in all,
that is not Abaddon's strong suit for sure. But I would love to see an Abaddon going level 1 Curse of Avernus and just start chasing people down
with Boots Oof, that would be sick.
That would be.
I've done that before.
Is it good?
I killed the Nature Prophet. I think we won the game.
All right, well, I'll take it.
It's all right.
Uh-oh, Yol, he's in some trouble. He might have to skill that Shallow Grave. Nope, they won't pursue it. But holding on to that point, as all good Dazzles should. And he'll survive.
So,
yeah, he does.
have we introduced the lineups?
No, we have not.
Okay.
I'll start us off here. I want to introduce Team Cleave.
Team who? Just kidding.
We've got Yamaha tagged up as a stand-in down here in the bottom solo safe lane. Roll in the mid. We've got Lolic playing on the Storm Spirit, zip-zapping around. We've got Roger playing on the Crystal Maiden. Stress on the Disruptor. And Zacho playing on the Clockwork.
And on RoX.KiS, we have Godlike Invisible about to go on Roger right now.
Oh, Roger, you're in some trouble. He got the Aphotic Shield. Beautiful cogs coming out from that Clockwork. But Roger will still fall.
I think this guy's dead too.
Yeah, this guy's looking like he's in some trouble. Zacho. I don't know how to say that name, but oh wow. Not off to a good start here.
They did not see that Invis rune. Did they? I don't know. Like they had Observer wards. And they also almost killed the Dazzle. I don't know what happened to the Invisible. Maybe they were just too busy going on the Dazzle. But this is an awful start for Cleave. Anyways, introducing RoX.KiS, we have Godblack, the Drafter, and the Capitan on the Abaddon. We have 633 on the Starladder already, 001 on him. Yol on the Dazzle, 101 on him. Solo mid, we have Solo on the Night Stalker. And last but not least, we have the offlane Solo Elder Titan with Sadoy. So Roy, he had a ridiculously good Clockwork the other game.
Yep, and he's doing pretty well on Elder Titan to get things started up against the Lifestealer, at least in this early phase before Lifestealer gets phase boots. Elder Titan can do just fine in lane, and he's racking up those last hits, 9-1 to the 7-2 Lifestealer. Now up top, Starladder is actually not farming so well. He's been busy killing heroes. He's only 3-0. But he is 0-0-1, actually. He only got one of the assists for those 2 kills they got up top, which is rather unfortunate for the Slytherin guard.
I think it might have been better for them to just have Clockwork up top solo. I'm not exactly sure why CM and Disruptors started up here.
Sort of an odd aggro tri-lane. Yeah, it's a strange position. I guess they figure that Lifestealer doesn't need too much help against the Elder Titan.
Yeah, but why didn't they just do Lifestealer top if they're going to do a tri-lane?
Oh my, I'm so sorry. I missed that kill in mid. Wow. Did you see it, Merlini?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was a Dazzle.
Dazzle haste.
Apparently, he got a haste. But again, they have a ward here. How do they keep dying to these runes when they have 2 wards on the top river? So
not 1, but 2.
Cleave is just. I mean, this shouldn't happen in their early game. They are way far behind, and with this sort of start, RoX.KiS has one of the most formidable early mid lineups that I've seen.
Yeah, this is a very snowball lineup.
It's not even nighttime yet.
Yeah. Night Stalker and Starladder are like kind of your definition of snowball heroes, and when they get a start like this, that's usually a sign for a bad time. And even just Dazzle and Elder Titan, that is a hero pairing that is so potent. Once he gets those points of natural order mixed with Weave, oh man, people just melt.
Zap.
Zip, zap, zap.
We see Disruptor TPing down bottom. They want to get on the scoreboard right now. They want to kill this Sadoy, level 4. He's going to be fairly difficult, 650 HP with the Stout Shield. Does the Crystal Maiden have Crystal Nova? Nope, just Frostbite and Aura. So I don't know about this. Yeah, it's going to be risky.
Going to be tricky. There's the Frostbite to start things off. Stress coming around, but there is support from the mid lane. Abaddon is here. Sadoy, don't run from your friend. He wants to save you. He will throw a Mist Coil. There's the Aphotic Shield. He was trying to man up on CM. Won't find that kill. And that's it. They won't be able to finish off Elder Titan. And actually, Godblack doing a fair bit of return damage. If only he had that casual Avernus.
What a positioning. Oh, what good positioning by Godblack there. Being there at the right place at the right time to save Sadoy. He was going in deep, but knowing that he had that blackout was in no position to die.
Yep.
Nighttime is on. They will see Solo get this regen rune, and this is just
scary.
This is the beginning of terrible things.
It's on like Teflon, Merlini. Solo is ready to start cruising around.
They've been able to utilize this creep pool so much to pour Zacho on that Clockwork. Only level 4. He is almost out leveled by the Dazzle.
Yeah, and he will throw some cogs. He'll be okay. Down bottom, though, Elder Titan, he's in some trouble. And, yep, he's going to get taken out. So they'll finally be able to finish him off. That rotation from Disruptor will prove worth it. Now, Lawlick in some trouble. He is not level 6. He's going to do some fancy work, eating trees here. They'll dive this tower. Abaddon taking a lot of the heat. He's only level 3. We'll throw the shield out on Solo. They just don't have the damage, though. The tower doing way too much in return. Go Black will be forced out.
It's so hard to dive into Remnant, too, as melee heroes. Remnant does so much damage for a level 1 spell.
Yeah.
On its just short cooldown.
Yeah. 140 at level 1. Man, that is huge.
And it's only 70 mana. It's so damage efficient.
Yep. Kind of like the Aphotic Shield. It does 110 damage at level 1, which is
Yeah, it takes 100
relatively a lot for level 1 damage. Riptide as well. That's another one that has really good early, but like
Shadow
poor
Wave
scaling.
too. My goodness.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't even get me started about the Shadow Wave.
So all in
Little
all,
courier?
farm wars, it's about even in terms of CS. I'd say Life Stealer's on top, but the two mid heroes are about even. Gold lead just slightly in favor of RoX.KiS, about 600 gold, and that's just pretty much first blood plus 1 more kill. So all in all, things aren't going too badly for Team Cleave. Night Stalker has not picked up a kill yet, except from that mid one that Dazzle was involved in.
Yep. And I see a ping on the mid lane. They'll get a kill onto the Night Stalker as Disruptor rotates in. Wow.
That's important.
Yeah. Just slow. Should have gone back to bed this
Go
morning.
Lawlick.
Go Lawlick. So I was looking at farms. Lifestealer is actually the leading farmer right now, which is pretty darn important.
He has his Midas already. 6
Yeah.
minutes in.
So it's the fast Midas.
That's
but
a good farmer right there.
he went Midas first, though, not even boots. So that is like just about the fastest Midas you can get in terms of items. Up top, uh-oh, there's the Zip Zap. He'll find Yol. He gets the Grave off. That wand really coming in handy there. Dazzle should be able to survive this. We'll have just enough mana for a heal. And it's not over yet, though. Lolek, he pops forward. And he does get finished off, actually, by a Clockwork Flare. Now, while all that's happening down bottom, they get a kill on the Life Stealer. As Solo did rotate down.
That's a big kill, too.
Yep.
Wow. I thought Starladder was level 6 and he hadn't picked up Amp. But he's not level 6 yet. Is this a Vanguard game? I don't think so. I never think it's a Vanguard game, though.
No, I mean, against Life Stealer, Vanguard's not too bad, but Life Stealer going Midas first, he's not going to be hitting you anytime soon. I think that Blink, just to get some more control, should be fine. And also, I mean, he's got plenty of support. He's got a Dazzle and a Abaddon to back him up. I don't think he needs the tankiness from Vanguard. He's already going to have additional survivability that he wouldn't have otherwise.
I second that. But if you say not to get Vanguard is a good idea, then I will always second that.
Yeah.
Say no more.
I'm waiting for the day when you argue in favor of a Vanguard.
I think it's good versus mass summons. Like if you're versus like Chen and Nature's Prophet and you need a tank.
Chen and they go all Necro books. You can just
it's not bad.
get a Vanguard.
Yeah, it's not bad there.
Yeah. It's still a kind of a rare situation.
Radiant's middle tower is under
It's a rare
attack.
situation that Vanguard's a good item.
Yeah. They're going to dive this tier 1 tower mid. Night is just about to end, so Night Stalker needs to be a little bit cautious here. There is support nearby as well, and they will.
He doesn't even have one value
repel.
point in silence. Like, how are you going to kill a Storm Spear with that one value point?
You're right. That is kind of an odd build. Elder Titan. He'll come around the backside. He is going the 0440 build, it appears, right now at level 6. Does have 3 points in the Spirit and 3 points in
Radiant's
Natural
middle
Order. No
tower
Earth
is
Splitter.
under attack.
Sometimes you go
quite
well
yet.
on Earth Splitter for if you have like a Clockwork or something to initiate or Disruptor,
Yeah,
but
some kind of
those are
setup.
both on the opposite team.
Dire's bottom tower is
Yep.
under attack.
Abaddon, close to level 5. No value point in Avernus. I'm still keeping an eye out for it. We can only hope, right?
I think it's level 10 value point.
It's level 10 value point. And Starladder is just farming away in the top lane. He's trailing Lifestealer by just about 9 last hits or so. Not too bad. That Midas is where things are really going to start to get scary, though.
RoX.KiS has not really been putting on as much pressure as I expected him to.
Especially after the aggressive start that they got. They started
Yeah.
off really strong, and yeah, they
Night
just kept
Stalker's
farming.
kind of just played it cool, aside from that one kill on bottom.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to shut down Lawlick, but unfortunately they weren't able to make it happen, and now I understand why. Still no point in the silence. It just seems like a strange build.
It's strange against a Storm, I'd say, or like a Puck. If you don't have the silence, like it's just you can't kill them unless they overextend. But they don't have any reason to overextend. They just need Lifestealer to be nice and fat, and hopefully slow down Starladder's blink. Oh, he's going with Vanguard.
Is he really?
Game's over.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but It's definitely momentum based. The Lifestealer will no doubt out-carry them, but I still worry about their the Radiant side for the teamfight presence of having the Dazzle and the Elder Titan mixed together. Even if a Lifestealer is out farming them, just the amount of damage they'll be able to put out on not only the Lifestealer but the supports as well is pretty scary. Solo getting very aggressive down here in the bottom. He's going to try to port out to safety, but that ain't happening. Now GoBlack comes in. He's only level 5. He's going to die as well. RoX.KiS, what are you doing? Oh, no. This is just a disaster. He gets the suicide, which is hard-pressed to say a positive, but wow.
That's a little bit deep. Solo has just not been doing a good job of controlling the tempo of this game.
Yeah.
And that's what Night Stalker does.
That was just an unnecessary dive, though, against a Disruptor who's level 6. I mean, you should be pretty aware that a Static Storm
I don't think they knew
online.
that he was there. I think they wanted to bait out a TP and then buy time for Starladder to farm and waste that opponent's time. But the Disruptor was there at the right place at the right time, locked him in. And this is why Abaddon's just not that useful. Like, what is he going to do? Run in the static field or the kinetic field and die himself? Like, he can't shield him away because he can't run away. He's forced to TP, but he didn't have enough heal to keep him alive.
Oh, Sadoy's in some trouble in the mid as Lolic pops forward. Oh, no. This Storm is going to start balling out of control here, Merlini. He had a double damage rune on, which made that a little bit easier, but he just hopped forward and just juiced him.
Yeah, the rune control. Woof.
Going the way of Team Cleave. Now, GoBlack and Yol are down bottom. GoBlack's starting to pick up some last hits. He really needs level 6. That's when Abaddon starts to become a little bit more of a threat. At least when he can, kind of be that front liner, take some damage, and be brave. Lolic. Looks like he is going to go for a quick Orchid. He does have that Robe of the Magi once again. Smart choice here. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Especially if he can get it up nice and early, it'd be a huge momentum shifter. Oh, GoBlack. He's going to be in some trouble here. They're going to wrap around the tree line. He doesn't have a port. Looks like he's going to buy one here, but oh, no.
He can't get out.
Yeah, this is an easy kill. Spent a little bit of that gold.
Nice try with the deny, though.
Yeah, unfortunately off the mark. Now support comes in for RoX.KiS, though. Yamaha, he's going to make the right idea to just rage port out. Nice glimpse back. Will buy them some time, but it might not be enough. Night Stalker will dive. He gets caught inside of the kinetic field and Static Storm. Roger just trying to move around the trees, but that minus armor mixed with an actual ardor, that is scary. Hook shot in from the Clockwork that just ported, though. He's low on mana, and I don't think he's going to be able to do much here. Storm now joining the fray. They did pick off the Disruptor around the backside, but now the remaining forces of RoX.KiS will start to join the fray. Lolic, he will get unsilenced. He's low on mana, even though he's zipping around. I don't know if he can survive this. Now he's totally dry. Of course, they have vision, compliments of that amplified damage. Clockwork gets finished off by the Abaddon. A nice miscoil there to secure the kill. And Lolic will hop back. Still a nice team fight for RoX.KiS, though.
Clockwork needed more mana. He wasn't able to drop his cogs post-hook. Yep. He could have cogged him into the tower.
He hooked in, and yeah, that was like one of those ports where it probably would have been better just to not port.
I think he needs a bottle. Like, bottle on offlane Clockwork is pretty standard, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, just he couldn't do anything there. After the hook shot, there was no follow-up. Even like if he had a teammate there as well to follow up with him, maybe it would have been worth it, but yeah.
Storm also wasted a lot of his mana zipping on a Night Stalker with when Night Stalker had Urn on. And he's just not going to be able to kill. But Night Stalker has picked up that one level of Crippling Fear, proved to be pretty useful that fight. And Starladder well on his way to Blink Dagger. 1,600 gold, 13 minutes in with the Treads and the Vanguard. Things are looking pretty poor for Cleave, because once he gets his it's just the start of nighttime right now, so Cleave can't really exert any pressure, not that much pressure at least. And Starladder's gonna have his blink in about 1 or 2 minutes, maybe even sooner if they do Roshan.
And I love this play from RoX.KiS. They move straight into the Roche pit. It gets scouted out by Clockwork, but they don't even really care. Great thing about being dire with a Starladder and a Night Stalker is right around this time, this night cycle. Oh gosh, is Roche easy peasy minus armor. Night Stalker going crazy.
Wait, we may see a Storm Zip. Be ready for it. There's an Infest Bomb. They know what's up.
This could get crazy. Clockwork's been scouting it out. They need to finish off Roche soon. There's the zip in. Might be a little bit early. Hook shot to follow up. Out comes the Grave. Who's going to be the first to fall? It will be Storm. It looks like RoX.KiS will have the sustain to handle it. Roshan falls to the Radiant. Lifestealer the one to grab the Aegis, so this has at least been somewhat successful. Lifestealer gets dropped, though. Aegis is proc. Clockwork is now fallen. And the Elder Titan, he'll pop up as well.
Holy crap, that freezing field.
Oh, CM. Roger with the plays. He's going to send him to the ER. And
that was
will
huge.
Be a good contest.
That was one of the. That was a sick Roshan defend. And it was all because of Clockwork setting up with those really nice rockets just to scout them out. He scouted them out at like 80% and then at like 40% and then a nice infest bomb. Yeah, Storm gave up his life, but they got so much out of that. And they only lost the Aegis pretty much. And they just stole under from RoX.KiS.
Yeah, and look at this gold graph. All of a sudden, a big shift in momentum in favor of Team Cleave. And it's sort of unfortunate for RoX.KiS. It seemed like once Cleave initiated, they weren't sure what they were going to do. Were Cleave going to go for Roche or were they going to go for Heroes? And RoX.KiS went for the Heroes when Cleave went for Roche. So they got the last hit on Roche and the Aegis on Lifestealer. And if RoX.KiS could have just focused Roche and maybe gotten the Aegis for themselves, if they had gotten at least one of the two, that would have gone a little bit different.
I think they felt a little bit too comfortable with the weave on. The thing is they were all clumped, which is just heaven for Lifestealer.
Yeah, that
or
Infest
sorry,
Bomb.
not Lifestealer, for Disruptor.
Well, still, the Infest Bomb did a
yeah.
lot of damage as
That's
well.
true,
But yeah,
too.
you're right. Disruptor.
I mean, they're just sitting on top of the Remnant, get hit by the Infest. They had to pop Grave immediately, and Roshan was still pumping into fools.
Yep. So, unfortunate for RoX.KiS, though. We still have an even game on our hands. Now we have a game on our hands, I guess I should say, as things are getting interesting here. Go Black coming around the tree line, scouting things out a little bit. Amplified damage comes out on the Storm. RoX.KiS getting very aggressive here. They will go ahead and engage onto the Lifestealer. Go Black is level 7 now, does have borrowed time. It will actually proc. Very little damage to follow up. Earth Splitter flies, completely whiffs. And they do secure the tower kill, though, so at least that's something for RoX.KiS. They will take the tower advantage further, now 2-0. And, well, they avoid death there, at the very least.
So now what does RoX.KiS do? They have about 2 minutes left until the end of nighttime. But they have the Starladder blink, so are they going to push to be aggressive? They have a pretty small window to do so. And there is an Infest Bomb inside Storm Spear. They are ready for a gank on somebody.
They don't know who, but they're ready.
Here's the smoke. Man, I like this play from Cleave. They're bringing the fight to RoX.KiS. It might not be the best idea, but it's actually catching them off guard. So the element of surprise is never to be underestimated.
And Go Black's ultimate is still on cooldown. He could be a good target of choice. They'll drop him very quickly. Starladder hops in, but it may be to his demise. There's a kinetic field down. It will be an easy 2-0 to get things started. Yol walks right into the Static Storm. It's going to be a 4-0, maybe even more. Slow comes in. He will at least pick up a couple of kills. Will they be able to finish him off, though? The zip forward for an additional slow. The glimpse back. Solo in trouble, but it is nighttime. He's just
missed that kinetic field. Wow, that could have been a lot better, but still 4 for 2 is pretty good, especially considering that's nighttime for RoX.KiS.
Yep.
So they took advantage of that very small window where Abaddon had his ultimate down and was in a very vulnerable position. So very nicely played by Team Cleave. That's what I like. They just completely caught RoX.KiS by surprise. Who ganks a Night Stalker at nighttime in a 5-on-5 situation at their T1?
They're just crazy enough to do it.
Yeah,
that was also a good read on the Abaddon. He had about 8 seconds left on his ultimate when he went down. The perfect target.
There was no Grave.
And he just got completely juiced. Yeah, Dazzle was trying to save the Grave. It's only level 1. He's going for this very aggressive Dazzle build that I am generally a fan of with 4 points and Poison Touch. But that means you got to be very selective about who you Grave with that 60-second cooldown. And you saw him trying to cast it, and then he just walked into the Static Storm and just keeled over.
The range is 550. Yeah. It's less than his attack.
Range is
oh, no, his attack is 500. I thought he was 600 range hero.
Yeah, but no, the range is pretty dumpy. It was a great Static Storm, though, coming out from the Disruptor. He used it right as Dazzle was looking to Grave and throw a heal to keep himself alive, and he walked into the Static Storm, and that was the end of it. Well
He's actually
played.
pretty farmed. 3-1-7 Disruptor with Point Boost and Embracer and 800 gold to boot. My.
He's working towards
he is the absolute worst on the last hit chart, too. But he is number 6 on net worth. So it's all about kills.
So, yeah, he has a lot of assists as well. He's 3-1-7, so he's been involved in 10 of those 14 kills. Stress has been very active
Neither
this game.
team has a mech until now. So Elder Titan finally has one. So this may be the swing in momentum that RoX.KiS has been looking for. They tried to get it with Roshan, didn't work out. Tried to gank during nighttime, didn't work out. Now finally with a mech, I think they can force some 5-on-5s.
Yep. No mech even in production for Team Cleave, which is not ideal. I think on Clockwork it might have been a good choice.
In production, they crank him out on assembly lines.
Yeah. And Abaddon, yeah, he's in some trouble. He'll get caught inside the cogs. He does have borrowed time up, though. Smart play from Clockwork not to use the battery assault until after the borrowed time. Oh, I like this Clockwork. They get the kill on Abaddon. Starladder comes in and actually does connect with the Slithering Crush. In comes the Elder Titan as well. Earth Splitter doesn't do a hell of a lot, but they do get a nice weave off. Looking for a kill on Stress, but the cogs!
Wow.
Oh, that was a value cog right there.
That Disruptor, jeez.
Living
Sent the
life on
Starladder back into the Static Storm, dropped the Static Storm as they were coming up the hill, caught 3 of them in a kinetic field, and manages to TP out to safety. Okay, Disruptor, good hero.
This hero,
I like
man,
Disruptor.
he really is a playmaker.
He's fun to watch too.
He really is. Something's a little hard for the camera, I will admit. The glimpse is a little bit off-putting at times.
What would you say his
he's definitely
skill cap as a support is?
Skill cap as a support, ooh, he's got to be a solid 7 at least, if not
I
higher.
would say he's like a 8.
8?
Probably.
Yeah,
He's
maybe
hard.
an 8.
He has very high potential to make big plays, though.
That's true. And actually, you know what? 7 is not right. He's an 8 or a 9 because as we saw in that last game, you can very easily screw it up as well. He glimpsed that tide, and then what did he do? Turned around, and that was the beginning of the team.
The instant cast Static Storm is just
yeah,
by far his most important spell, I think, and
Yeah.
the most difficult to use. Probably it's like very obvious to blink to away, and we see a Storm.
Infest Bomb up top. Yeah.
He just got obliterated.
Yeah, not much Solo can do. It's daytime, the Infest Bomb. This is where Lifestealer is starting to ball out of control a little bit.
He's 0-1 in
9.5K.
10.
Yeah,
he has
dude.
a lot of money.
Yeah, hell yeah, he does. He's out of control. He had that super early Midas. They haven't punished it whatsoever.
Oh, hello,
Glimpse back on the Abaddon. Go Black does have borrowed time available. Will it be enough, though? It's not looking like it. There's the static field. There's the kinetic field as well. And, oh, man, Static Storm, pardon me.
Solo buy back for this?
Yeah, he certainly did. It's going to be a dieback as well. It's still daytime. He doesn't have an ultimate available. Oh, Solo. Nowhere to go. Yep, that's it. And around the backside, Starladder did get a kill on the Crystal Maiden. There's another fight breaking out here. Clockwork will survive. He's going to try and venture over towards his teammates. And is there going to be another fight here? Starladder hops forward. He finishes off Lolik. Stress does get hit by the Slithering Crush, although he does get off the Glimpse. It doesn't matter. He'll still go down. So they get some recovery kills, makes it a slightly better exchange.
It's a 3-for-3 at the end of the day.
Yeah, if you count both kills on Night Stalker.
Abaddon, Night Stalker for Disruptor, Storm.
That's really bad, though. Of all the heroes to have a dieback in the mid-game right around the 20-minute mark, Night Stalker is probably one of the worst.
Yeah. Storm also bought his items before, too.
Yeah.
So he's still doing pretty well on his way.
And if you look at Night Stalker's inventory, he's got a Mithril Hammer Ogre Club. If he didn't buy back and then die again there, he would have been close to the BKB. And now he's really far off the mark, which is a huge item on that hero. So things looking less than
almost
ideal.
has AC though. He's getting big and fat.
Yeah, Starladder's getting chunky.
But I mean, yeah, Lifestealer's getting big too though. I think he's going armored AC. That's the optimal build I think versus strategy. Minus armor. Ruh-roh.
Yeah, Solo's just not the best decision.
It was all that Roche fight, man. That Roche fight completely shifted momentum of the game. Just big plays from Cleave.
We see another initiation from Starladder up top. He does catch the Clockwork. And now Starladdar's in some trouble. He dives deep, but they'll also finish off the Disruptor as well. Yol gets off a beautiful grave as Storm tries to finish him off. They're going to chase down the Lifestealer now. He's in full retreat mode. We see this Dazzle taking some damage, but the sustain from Abaddon is just too much. And it will be a 3-for-0 up here at the top lane. RoX.KiS
Starladder Blink is so strong.
grabbing the momentum once again. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's why we were suggesting he should have gotten it before the Vanguard. They could have done this a little bit earlier.
Yeah. I mean, it's completely caught them off guard. It was just completely they just rocked them at the T1 again. Like these people think they're safe at a T1, not against Storm with the Lifestealer Bomb, not against the Starladder with a Blink. They can just absolutely obliterate you. Towers don't mean jack. Gold lead almost at 0.
And
nil.
They have slowed Storm down quite a bit, but he is so close to his Orchid now. He has the recipe and just needs that last Robe of the Magi for his second Oblivion Staff. So once Orchid comes out, that'll be good for Cleave. They'll be able to start ganking a little bit more effectively. Storm can find more solo kills around the map.
Roche number 2 is up. We see 633 already blinking towards it, but Lifestealer's not up yet.
And a double damage rune down here as well. That could be huge. That could be
stars have aligned.
Yeah, Lifestealer is back up, though.
See this Clockwork, though, already
he's on point, man.
He is really on point with them.
I mean, that was as soon as they walked into the pit as well. As soon as he was the least bit suspicious. Go Black. He will camp out this double damage rune. He's just going to pick it up himself. Still no value point in Avernus. You were right about level 10.
There's that Orchid.
Yep, Orchid's up as well. This could be interesting, but RoX.KiS, they're not going to fall into the same trap twice. They won't move into the Roche pit thinking that they can just do it willy-nilly. They may be able to smoke in and do something crafty in like another minute or so once Cleave, or maybe right now. They will smoke up. And there's the rocket. Oh, perfect timing for that smoke. That's really unfortunate for Clockwork.
Yeah, what are they going to do now? Well, I mean, it still reveals. They're going to wait for the rocket to wear off, but it's up now.
Yeah. They've got 14 seconds here before
You
the
see,
next
he goes
rocket.
again. Now they
he's
have
got another one.
It's at like 85% once he started it. They're on their way already. Is Nyx inside? Yes, he is. He already has his armor toggle. This Roche is dropping fast though.
Can they do this? They need to go basically right now. Roche falling so quickly. That minus armor. There's the hook shot in. The zip. They time it well. Gets killed by the Dire, but snatched by Storm Spirit. Now the fight breaks out. Clockwork the first to get destroyed. Rage and another huge freezing field from Roger. Doing a ton of damage here, but it's going to cost him his life. They might be able to finish off this Starladder, but a shallow grave will keep him alive. Lawlick with no choice but to zip to the high ground, and he will hop back down. They want this Starladder, but it will cost Lawlick everything. Oh no, this hole just not going the same way for Cleave. Stress tries to pour it out. Slithering
Where's
crush.
Lifestealer?
It's going to be a 1 for 4. He just raged and got the hell out of there.
What in the world? Where was Lifestealer? If he were there to finish off the Starladder, that fight would have been a lot different. Storm like committed all his. Why? They went all in for that. They had the Aegis. I think RoX.KiS can kind of just run away with this game now. Storm has died so many times that he's not gonna have his BKB at any decent pace now.
No.
And Starladder living that fight means he'll have his AC. They'll get this T2, and Lifestealer just chickened out. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. Chick-fil-A style. Turn him into a sandwich. I don't know. I really don't know. I saw it. I said he raged and he just like literally ran away. He did a couple of right clicks after the infest bomb, and that was it. Maybe it was a miscommunication. Maybe one of their leaders called retreat and then Storm went back in. Yeah, well, I mean, it was a nice freezing field. Roger had another big play. There was just no follow-up, though.
Sorry, the Storm tried to follow up. Yeah.
I honestly would guess that was a miscommunication. It looked like that someone made an executive call because Storm went in as deep as he could have. And Lifestealer did the complete opposite and went in basically as little as he could have. He infested, raged, and just ran into the base. Can you come out and infest
mid zip? That'd be as
okay. Yeah, you're right. That would have been the 10 out of 10 pussy move right there. He was a 9.5 out of 10. But like, I don't know. That just seemed like a miscommunication because Storm didn't even just. Oh, there's the silence. Lawlick's in trouble. He's got the infest inside. Now Yamaha, he's in some trouble. He's going to try to go man mode against the Starladder, but it's just not going to happen. Well, he's going to be able to hold his own for now. Clockwork coming in. He'll fall to the Night Stalker. Clockwork and Lifestealer both get dropped. Now they're on the pursuit. They want this disruptor.
Their chasing potential is just so incredibly ridiculous with the Night Stalker at night and the Sorrow with blink and sprint.
And stress.
They dive from pretty much where the T1 was to the T3. No problem. No deaths.
So that was a 4-0. That was just a complete disaster.
Looks like Starladder and Abaddon going to have another run at that undefeated.
Yeah, make it 7-0.
Sweet victory.
Sweet victory indeed, my friend. This graph going back in their favor. A very back-and-forth game.
The first up dip was the first Roshan, I think. The big down dip was the other Roshan.
The second Roshan, yeah. Roche was the big deciding factor of this game, no doubt about that.
Yeah, it was huge. Well, without that play, though, I think Cleave would have been in a very poor position at the first one. I'm glad that they're taking risks, though. This is what I like to see from teams. Like, if you're losing, you have to take risks. If you don't, you'll just slowly get squeezed the life out of with just starvation. But yeah, if only Lifestealer had manned up.
I still just don't understand it, though. Because it's not even like...
But he's so close to his AC.
Yeah.
I mean... I hate those type of players. They're like, well, I'm trying to farm from my AC. But they're like, there's this game-deciding moment where you go into Roshan and you're about to take a big fight. It looks like Yo might get picked off here.
Yep, nice glimpse back into the Static Storm. No way he'll be able to grave himself. Gold Black's unborrowed time. Why did I say unborrowed? It's borrowed time gets picked off. Meanwhile, Starladder just solos Clockwork off on the side. Now Lawlick in some trouble. Storm is just too squishy at this point. Starladder is just having his way with him, taking the fish, slapping him around a little bit. Oh no.
Poor Lifestealer. That was man,
poor Lifestealer. Dude, you were just shitting all over him. What do you mean poor Lifestealer?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he should feel bad.
He should after that one. That was really
poor guy.
Oh, that's just one of those
moments. His team probably flaming him.
I was saying, I wish we had that.
They pinged on him. I saw them ping on him.
Yeah.
They're like, WTF are you doing, man? Probably cursing at him in whatever language Cleave is from. Where are they from?
I don't know.
They're somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
That's safe to assume.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have that on my stat sheet.
I can check it out.
According to my stat sheet, they quote, stay kinda firmly inside the meta.
Team Cleave. They are
Radiant's
Russian.
middle tower
Oh,
has
okay. Oh, yeah.
fallen.
They were Sika all over the
Radiant's
place.
middle barracks are under attack.
And now the game's all but over. 2
Yeah.
X down.
I mean, no, there's just no way. Starladder just hits too hard. Night Stalker's level 16. There. I mean, even Lifestealer has lost his spot at the top of the throne for the #1 farmer. We'll see another initiation here as Storm hops forward. Starladder taking some heavy damage. They may be able to finish him off. No, the Graves have been on point, man. This Dazzle is making some plays. Yol has really performed well. And they will keep their buddy alive. I feel like every fight this game is broken out into a bunch of mini skirmishes. But, oh, Disruptor falls, and actually Elder Titan gets picked as well. But they actually do call the GG here, and that's it.
This was a really close game.
Yeah, it looked like Cleave was going to be able to do it. They made so many great plays. You
They
about
really
that.
did.
That's yeah.
That smoke ank at a T1 was huge.
No, we're good. Yep. So yeah, I mean that smoke gank was huge. The first Roshan contest.
They have promise.
Yeah, they do have promise.
It might be another stand-in factor though.
They don't have a stand. Oh, Yamaha. He was playing with him on Monday. Last time we saw.
Oh,
him
he was
though.
playing pretty well though. He
Yeah,
farmed
or
well.
Tuesday rather. Yeah, I mean he didn't play too bad. I wouldn't blame Yamaha on that one for sure. Well, except for he was playing the life, so except for the end.
It was,
that
I mean,
last one, but he played okay before.
When you make that many plays though, like when you go for that many risky plays, like at least one of them is not going to work out.
Yeah.
When you're not that experienced, but they all in all they were pretty impressive. I expected RoX.KiS kind of like roll over them.
Yeah.
But Cleave had a lot of fight. And I think like Storm Spirit was actually just not that effective. He was useful for initiation, but I think like maybe a puck or something would have been a little bit different.
He grabbed a couple of solo kills, but it's like he got that first Oblivion staff really fast, and then he died a couple of times, and that really slowed down his Orchid timing, and then he lost that momentum.
He needed a BKB, but like Starladder just constantly went on him with a Blink Dagger, and then as well as a Night Stalker with a Basher, with a Silence, with a Void. Like he couldn't do anything.
Starladder Blink, and we've seen so many examples now of why Blink is so good.
You
Starladder.
have to get it.
And the reason that often we kind of facepalm a little bit when we see Starladder is just going for Vanguard first before Blink almost automatically as a reflex, like it's core on that hero. The faster you get that Blink, the faster you can start moving around and making
especially
plays.
when he had backup like a Dazzle and Abaddon.
Yeah, he did not need that Vanguard. Absolutely no doubt about it. But they won, so you can't fault them too much, I suppose.
Like Starladder and Night Stalker were just all up in their face, though. And Elder Titan too.
Yeah.
Like Elder Titan is kind of one of those heroes that he's up in your face. You don't really see him doing that much deeps, but the natural order is ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
Insane.
And like I said, paired with Dazzle, that's one of those like you don't really see it, but it has a huge impact. If they have Weave and natural order on them, the damage.
I wonder if I can see damage done for this game.
Oh yeah, take a peek.
Starladder has 10,000. Night Stalker has 15,000. Jesus. Dazzle has 7,600. Lifestealer has 13,000. Storm Spirit did 16,000.
Yeah.
Clock did 20. How did that happen?
Yeah, just a playmaker, man, flying around.
Yeah.
Hopping all over the place.
But it all came down to that second Roshan though. The first Roshan was really nicely played by Cleave. Second one, Lifestealer just man down. As simple as that.
Yep, that was definitely the.
But I don't even know if they would have won the fight with Lifestealer there. It would have been a lot closer though.
Yeah, they definitely could have at least finished off the Starladder.
Yes.
And that was what Storm was committing for. So if Lifestealer was there, they could have killed him. Storm might have been able to survive or wouldn't have had to go quite so all in. So it's
and then he would have BKB sooner.
Yeah, so it could have inverse snowballed or at least stopped RoX.KiS from just winning the game basically off of that momentum. So after they got Roche, that was when they made the
What do you ban
final
out versus RoX.KiS? Do you ban out Tree? Do you ban out Starladder? Do you ban out Abaddon? What do you ban out?
Kind of depends on what you want to play, but you got to ban out the Tree, and I would be tempted to ban out Dazzle as well. I mean, Yol played an amazing Dazzle. There were a lot of really good Graves that turned fights around that game. Those are the big two that I would say. I don't know that a ban on Starladder is worthy, but I think if you let them get Starladder, you need to draft something that can create space / gank Starladder early on.
Or offensive try.
Yeah, something that will not let Starladder just sit there and free farm and get a super fast. Like, if you can get Vanguard Blink by like 15 minutes, you're doing something wrong. Like the opposition, because you're just giving that Starladder way too much space.
And Lifestealer can't man up, even with even items. Like, he just had so much more support, the Starladder. And not only in the terms of him being healed with Abaddon and getting shielded, open wounds off, and all that business, is also the weave and the natural order. Like, what does Lifestealer have for damage amplification? Like, nothing.
Nothing.
So
AC, it's all he got, yeah.
Yeah, but that's only himself. He's the only one doing damage, whereas Starladder has all this minus armor working for him. So it wasn't a winning proposition to begin with, just because Lifestealer is the only one who can actually be up in their face, and they're mostly melee, and just trounce them.
Yep. Well,
Well played by
Interesting
Cleave.
game, yeah.
I
Well
look
played.
forward to more of their games.
Yeah, myself included. So that wraps
I
up.
want to see this Tinker.
Yeah, if it doesn't get banned out, I'm sure you will. It's exciting. So that wraps up our coverage today, guys. Here are the final scores. We saw Relax take out RoX.KiS in Game 1. RoX.KiS beat ahead in Game 2. Then ahead, knocked down Sigma with 2 stand-ins, and RoX.KiS came out ahead in our final game of the day. And we'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time. And I actually don't have that schedule privy in my little database here. But, yeah, that does it for us. I'm Zyori. With me, as always, here is Merlini. And guys, shameless plug to wrap things up. Check out our subreddit, reddit.com/r/BeyondTheSummit. A little bit of open Q&A / Beyond the Summit announcements, all that good stuff. Trying to build up the subreddit. We'll be using it more and more in the future. So go ahead and sub and check it out. But we're out of here today. We'll see you guys tomorrow.